minute. Okay, we're on. Here we go. Awesome. Sweet, dude.
Good to go.
We're live.
Good morning, you guys. Or good afternoon.
Yeah. Looks a little funky up there. Yeah, what's up, guys? Good morning for us. It's 11 in the morning here in Los Angeles. Might be a little later in the afternoon for some of you guys out there, but we are just getting set up. I apologize for the delay here. Our email service provider, for whatever reason, wouldn't let us do a blast out to everyone who signed up for the session today, because you guys were all new emails and it had to verify, whether your emails were correct or not. So we couldn't get that blast out. Derek's in the back sending the links out to all the individuals who wrote in about not receiving the link. So we're just going to be setting up for a couple minutes and getting this thing going. So if you guys have any questions or comments, go ahead and drop the comments in the comments section below. We have all your stuff up on a big screen, and we can see everyone who's participating in the conversation right there. And so as we go along through this whole presentation, just feel free to drop comments below. I see more people are signing on now, so that's great. Abraham and I will make a formal introduction in just a few minutes while we still get some things set up. So just bear with us for a couple minutes.
Hey guys.
Yeah. And for those of you who are just tuning in now, just give us a couple minutes to get all of this all set up. As I had mentioned to everyone, that we had a problem sending out the emails this morning, so not everybody got the emails, and we kind of have to send them out individually, and it's taking a minute to get set up. So if you guys have any questions or comments right now, go ahead and you can drop them in the comment section below. If you can't hear me or something like that, let me know. It'd be really great, actually, if we could get like a sound check from one of you guys, just to make sure the sound was good.
Let me go to that. Okay.
Yeah. So just bear with us for a couple seconds while we set up. It's a little bright right now coming in here. So just try to. Well, we had one good afternoon. How's it going, guys? We're just getting quickly set up here. Apologize for the delay, but we have to send out some messages to people who didn't receive the email with the link. We weren't able to have our mass email send out properly, so we're just getting everybody onboarded right now. If you can just give us a couple minutes to get all this set up, then that would be great. And then we're going to get right into it and teach you some really awesome stuff about Facebook marketing. So we're super excited to have you guys on board. How's it going over there, Derek?
Yeah.
Sound check. Hello. All right. Sound is good. Kansas City in the house. I can hear you. Sounds good. Have people check their spam or junk mailboxes. Yeah, good stuff. Thanks to everybody for dropping these comments. It looks like I had to refresh before I saw all your comments. From Rhode Island, hi. That's awesome. So, Angel, will you do me a favor and monitor the comments that are coming in here? Or Abraham or somebody, because it needs to be like refreshed. So, you don't see the comments? Awesome. Sounds great. Sounds good. Hi. Hey, how's it going, everyone? Yeah, sorry, just bear with us for a couple more minutes. We have to get these links out to everyone. It was kind of a disaster. I was literally sending individual emails to over 75 people who are tuning in today, which is tough to do quickly before this whole thing goes live. But we're increasing in viewership, as I can see, so that's pretty cool. Maybe drop some questions right now that you guys have that we can address later. Say hey and what you guys are hoping to get out of this course or this session here today. We like to make it very, very interactive. So we're going to be asking you to drop questions all the time because we want to address your needs and concerns. So that's pretty cool. Jacksonville, Oregon. All right, sounds fine. We got Saratoga. Awesome. And like I said, just give us a couple more minutes to get going here. We just want to make sure that we get all of our viewers and all those emails out. Austin, Texas. Hi, from Boston. All right. This is great. I love this. People are able to participate so well. Like, we do live streams all the time, and we do a lot of Facebook Live stuff, but this is working out really, really well with this comment feature that we have here. So really excited to have you guys on board. And like I said, we're just going to get started in about maybe 2 more minutes just to give Derek back here a couple more seconds to get people onboarded. If you don't mind. Austin, Texas. All right, so cool. I'm actually going to grab a donut while that happens. A nice Dunkin' donut. Picked these up this morning, so. For those of you who are new, just tuning in, we had a problem sending out the email, so Derek back here is just getting everybody onboarded. All right, we have some questions coming in already. Basically, what I was saying, while we're setting up, if you guys have any questions that you want addressed in the session, please drop it in the comment section below. And we're going to get going in just a couple minutes here. Is anyone responding to your emails, Derek?
Yeah, people are telling me thank you.
Okay, awesome. What's that?
The one that I'm sending jobs for.
Okay. Very cool. How's it going over there, Abraham? Is everything good?
Yeah, sounds great, and yeah, people are just commenting.
Yeah, very cool. All right, well, I'm gonna go ahead and take a bite of that donut, and then let's get started. I don't know if you guys have you heard of this thing that's pretty trending right now online. It's just like watching people eat online, which is mind-blowing to me, but
Millions of people do it. It's very weird.
Millions of people are doing it. How do you get more likes on a business page? We're going to address that one for sure. Oh, man, this is great. We have so many good questions to address here. I'm so excited.
Have them go to our group and have our group.
Oh, yeah. You know what, guys? Before we get started, I do just want to let you know that we do have a Facebook group called Facebook. It's at facebook.com/groups/tech-over-easy. And we're going to drop a ton of knowledge in Tech Over Easy over the next coming months and years. We just started it with a group of people, and we want to make it really big and add a lot of value there. So if you like what you see here, go and join our group at facebook.com/tech-over-easy, and you'll get a lot of value out of that. And we'll accept your invites. It's a private group. So okay, I think we're going to go ahead and get started now. It looks like we have most of our people signed on, and Derek's in the back just making sure that all of our emails have went out and that we're all good. So we're going to do some quick introductions and then get rolling. And I pardon the light, we've got a big window right here that's coming in. It's actually a pretty cool balcony view out here, not going to lie. So my name is Quentin Ford. I work at Wild and West Agency. It's a marketing agency here in Los Angeles. Actually co-founded it with Abraham here, and been in marketing for the last 10 years, building Facebook pages, LinkedIn, helping clients build Instagram pages, Pinterest, Twitter. I mean, building websites, driving traffic to websites, doing all sorts of stuff online. And right now, our agency primarily focuses on building Facebook fan pages, but we're really good at building, like a personal page, building Facebook groups, and then Facebook fan pages as well. So I know that's kind of just like a brief intro about me, but I'll let Abraham just say hi and introduce himself as well.
Hey guys, so yeah, very similar background, been in marketing for the last 10 years. I focused, I got really lucky early on with Facebook pages and was able to find success there. And through the years, I found out that building large Facebook pages and driving traffic to a website was really, it was a really good revenue model. So I was doing that for a few years, and then I decided to start an agency. And our agency, Weldon West, now manages over 30 million likes. We reach over 500 million people on Facebook alone. We manage a few million likes on Instagram. On Instagram, we reach over 50 million people a month. And this is all per month. Yeah, and so we're doing like really well. And then we decided to start Tech Over Easy, which is a really cool thing. If you guys go to the Facebook group, and we'll add you. It's basically we just share a lot of good knowledge that's beneficial for everyone to grow their social media pages.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, well said. Abraham, thank you for mentioning all that stuff too, because we reach an enormous amount of people on Facebook. It's kind of ridiculous, and we own one of the largest Facebook pages in the world right now. So, you know, we're really good at Facebook growth, and yeah, I mean, as Abraham mentioned, if you go to facebook.com/group/techovereasy, we're going to be dropping a lot of our knowledge there as well. So.
And it's a free group.
Yeah, so. It's a free group, but it's an invite-only thing, so you have to request to join it. So if you want to go ahead and do that. And then we also started, you know, the Social Media University. So again, if you like the content in here and you like what we're saying, you might want to go over and join our Social Media University, which should be right next to this video on this webpage. We've got Derek back here. He's kind of working hard right now to make sure everybody got the emails for this live streaming presentation. And he's been working with us the whole way through. So, you know, basically all the experience that we've gained, he's gained as well. And then we have Angel all the way in the back. I don't think, oh, you can see him in the mirror right here. Angel runs our Facebook ads, and he crushes it. He's really, really good with Facebook ads. So we're really excited to get this presentation going. That's a quick introduction of us, and, you know, address some of the questions and comments that you guys have. So here we go. I mean, you know, a lot of questions have come in right off the bat, but I do want to just explain some of the basics of Facebook growth for those of you who are maybe, you know, new to the platform and looking how to use it to market best. So the first thing I want to explain is that you've got 3 different types of ways of marketing on Facebook right now. You can do it through your personal page. You can do it through a group, and you can do it through a fan page, right? So your Facebook personal page is the one that you use to connect with your friends and family and share pictures with everyone and share articles and stuff like that with your close network. But what a lot of people don't understand is how powerful that Facebook personal page can be, because Facebook will allow you to grow up to 5,000 friends on Facebook, right? So I know a lot of my friends only have around, you know, 500 friends on Facebook, or 200 friends, or maybe even 1,000 friends, and they don't utilize their friend base for marketing at all, because they don't look at the Facebook platform as a way to, or the Facebook personal page as a way to market. But what you can do, and I actually just read an article about a guy who did this very successfully recently. I do this as well. Is I kind of looked at it as a way to market to people and not necessarily hold friendships. So I ended up actually deleting a lot of my friends so that I could use my personal page for marketing. And what I did was I went out and found people in my target market that I wanted to connect with and added them as friends on Facebook. So I've now developed a Facebook page, or personal page for myself, that has 2,500 people that are all in my target market. They're startup founders, they're tech people, and they all live in LA, right? And I don't know any of them, but because 2,500 people are connected with me, they're seeing the content that I produce on a regular basis, and you know, they're clicking through to my stuff. They're knowing who I am. They're knowing what I do as far as marketing, and they know that they can reach out to me and chat with me. And through Facebook, I've had a lot of great conversations that have led to business. So I do want to make you guys aware of the fact that you can take your Facebook personal page and grow that to 5,000 hyper-targeted friends, and use that to generate business for yourself as just a first step to Facebook marketing. And the cool thing is once you get, you know, 2,500 to 5,000 friends on Facebook, you're able to invite those people to groups, and you're able to invite them to fan pages in a very easy, quick way. So when you go and start a fan page, or you go and start a group, you can grow those quickly as well. So it's really a three-pronged marketing system in my mind. Is just beware that you can use your Facebook personal page for marketing, and you're going to reach a lot of people doing that. You know, just a quick side note, when you're using your Facebook personal page, more of those people are going to see your posts than they would if you are using a Facebook fan page. So keep that in mind. The content that you're producing on your personal page is going to be viewed more by your fans or your friends than it would if you created a fan page. So I always like to start off the session explaining that, because a lot of people do not understand that using a Facebook personal page can be one of the most powerful ways of marketing on Facebook. And with that being said, I do want to refresh here and look at some of the comments and see if anyone's dropped any comments about this so I can address some questions before we move forward. Okay, so this is a great question. Someone says, it looks like Alicia, she says, when you invite someone to Facebook, but that he or she doesn't respond, can you send them another invite? Well, what happens with inviting friends to Facebook is once you hit 1,000 invitations that are unresponded to, so 1,000 people have not accepted or denied your friend request, Facebook will stop allowing you to go out and add more people or to friend request more people. And so what you have to do is deselect or basically unsend the friend request. And to address that, I actually want to share my screen with you guys real quick and show you how you can, I'm going to take you into our Social Media University platform quickly and show you guys how exactly, let's see, you can quickly unfriend or cancel friend requests. Just give me 1 second while I pull this up. It's right here. Okay. Here. So let's see, is this? Doesn't look like it's pulling up on my screen. No, that's not working. All right, that's a bummer. For whatever reason, it wouldn't capture the. I'm gonna try one more thing. Pardon me, guys. I'd just love to be able to show you this. All right, there we go. Got it. So basically, when you're adding friends on Facebook, I was just explaining how when you add a bunch of people, Facebook will cap you if you know a lot of your requests aren't responded to. So if you want to just look through this is a little guide here on adding people. And so the best way to add people is to use a Chrome extension called Intelligence Search. Okay. And basically what Intelligence Search does is allow you to hyper target people on Facebook and do very customized searches so that you can find the right people that you want to connect with. And then you can go ahead and connect with them quickly. As I scroll through this, basically what this tutorial is showing is how you can add people quickly on your mobile device, because it's a lot faster to do it on your mobile device than on your desktop. So use Intelligence Search to basically find the people that you want to connect with. Okay, so then I want to address the question, so I'm going to move over to canceling the friend request. But here, this is a little tutorial on canceling the friend request on your desktop. So basically what you have to do is you have to go up here to the friend icon. Then once that pops up, you have to actually click friend requests right here. You have to click those black letters right there, friend request. It doesn't really look like a link, but you have to click that. And then when that happens, you'll notice that a new page opens up. And if you want to really quickly cancel friend requests, basically what you can do is you can hit delete request right here, or you can put m.facebook.com or basically just put M in front of the facebook.com, and it's going to pull up the mobile version of the site. And you can see, again, here's the mobile version. And what that's going to do is going to kind of take you in a big loop. So you're going to end up having to click this button again, which is the double-headed icon. You come over here and you find this really small plus button, and that's like a little drop down. And basically that brings you over to another double-headed icon. I know, bear with me, guys. This is a little complicated, but the end result is so good. And that page brings up a little downward arrow right here. And once you click that, you can see view sent requests on basically this is the mobile version of Facebook on your desktop. You can hit view sent request, and then quickly you can click undo, 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 undo. Now you can do this on your desktop without going into the mobile version, but basically it's gonna take you forever to click undo, because once you hit undo on the desktop version, it adds a drop down that then makes it so your mouse can't click on any others, so that you can't go through this list really quickly. So that's how you could quickly cancel friend requests on Facebook. So I just wanted to jump into the system and address that question really quick. I'm gonna head back over to the comment section and just see if anybody else has any questions or comments there. Are you guys, monitoring the feed at all? Do you see any questions that have popped up?
Yeah, let me check that right quick.
Okay.
Is the fan page the same as business page?
The fan page is the same as a business page. So the question was, is the fan page the same as a business page? If not, can you speak on creating or using a business page effect? So basically, yeah, fan page and a business page are the same thing. When you create a fan page, you have a bunch of different options. You can create like an organization page, a community page.
Yeah.
What else?
Yeah, there's a lot. There's public icon. There's a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't think of them all right now. There's,
yeah.
I think there's about like 6 to 8, and then each one of those has a ton of categories underneath.
Yeah.
Category is exactly what your business is. If it's not a business, community. If it's a nonprofit, that's actually one of the choices, nonprofit. So yeah, there's a lot.
Okay. So basically, what I had explained earlier is how you can use your Facebook personal page to add a bunch of friends. Like the core concept here is like add people. If the people who connect with you back stay connected. The people who don't connect with you, you have to cancel those requests. It's like follow, unfollow type thing. That's the same thing on like almost every social media network. That's using Facebook as a personal, as your personal Facebook page, right? So the second thing I want to describe to you is Facebook groups. And Facebook groups are really great because these are more like private communities that you create where people can come in and share information, and they're really, really interactive. So, for example, Abraham and Derek and I are all part of marketing groups on Facebook, and there's hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands, of members in some groups that are all contributing content to this very specific group. Now, if you're a group creator or a group admin, you can organize your group basically any way you want. But the best part about owning a group is that when people are part of your group, they get alerted on Facebook way more than normal about the content that's going into that group. So if you guys are out there are part of any groups, you'll see that your notifications for the groups that you're part of are very active, right? They're almost might be more active than the stuff that you're seeing from your friends. And so from a marketing standpoint, it's really advantageous to start a group around whatever your business is focused around, so you can start conversations around the topic of your business and get a lot of people talking in that group. And so you can answer questions in that group and really connect and communicate with people in that group. And all the people who are part of that group are going to be seeing that content a lot because Facebook sends out a ton of notifications about that group to everyone who's in the group. So it's a really effective way to market on Facebook again. And the whole way you grow a group essentially is by inviting your friends to a group. So step one, by building your personal Facebook page, is really huge, because then you can invite other people to a group, and then you can have your friends invite people to a group too. So that's just a brief overview of groups. And now I want to quickly address what a fan page is, just to clear the air and get out of the way, and make you understand the differences. So basically, what a fan page is it's like one to many. Okay, if you want to think about it that way, it's a page that represents your business, but there's not like a real community around your page. It's going to be content that you're posting that people who like your page can check out and comment on, but they're not going to be able to post anything on your page as well, and have a voice on your page. So when you have a fan page, a business page, this is a voice you completely control, and it's basically only your voice, and it's you going out to many people. The problem that I have with fan pages, especially as somebody in a startup who wants to get the most bang for their buck, essentially, right? I want to reach the most people with my content as possible. The problem with fan pages is they cut your reach down to, what is it, Abraham, like 2% or something?
It averages. It's anywhere from point something to 3%.
So if you have 1 million followers on your Facebook fan page, how many people are you reaching per post?
On average?
Yeah.
It depends on how engaged the page is.
Yeah.
But I would say if the person doesn't really know what they're doing, they don't use analytics, and they're not using some type of data science, I would say they're probably reaching around 50,000 people at most every time they post.
Yeah.
And that's like at most. You're probably averaging like 10 to 5,000.
So you do all the work to build your Facebook fan page up to 1 million people, and when you post, you're only for the most part, the average person's probably only reaching around 10 to like 25,000 people out of those 1 million people. So that's pretty bad. I mean, like, think about if you had, you did all this work. You're a small business, you're a small local business, and you did tons and tons of work to get 10,000 people to like your Facebook fan page. Like, not many people are going to be seeing your content on a daily basis, and you're working hard to produce all that stuff. So for me, that's kind of a bummer. But there are huge benefits to a Facebook page as well. And so just to kind of sum it up, those are the 3 different ways that you can use Facebook to market: is using your personal page to reach out to people and actually add friends and create a community up to 5,000 people that are going to see your content every day. You can create a group, and groups are pretty unlimited. I don't think they have a cap on how many members you can have. I'm part of groups that have like 50,000 members. Those are super engaged communities, but they take a lot of work. They're like, you have to be a moderator. You have to communicate with everyone in the group. You have to make people admins. You have to kind of control the integrity of the group, because as soon as you open the floodgates and let other people produce content, that becomes a thing too. But groups can be very, very effective because they reach so many people in the group, and people pay a lot of attention to the group. So if you can create a great engaged group, you're going to do very well for your business. And then 3 is the Facebook fan page, where if you know what you're doing and you know how to use advertising, and you know how to basically look at marketing as a brand, then you can do really, really well with Facebook pages. And then there's also a lot of tricks that you can do with Facebook pages too, sort of like growth hacks and stuff like that. And so all of them are pretty essential. But if you're starting out, I would really focus on the first 2, is starting your personal page and getting that up to 5,000 friends, and then going into groups and playing around with that. And then once you've kind of mastered those 2, you can move on to Facebook pages and have all the fun there. And the only way you can do advertising on Facebook is with a Facebook page. So I'm gonna pause for a second and reload so I can see some of the comments that might have come through. Abraham, maybe you want to sit over here for a second and just help me answer some of these questions.
Yeah.
If we can grab another chair for you. What happened to that chair?
No,
so
okay.
I like that first question.
Do you really get more traffic from FB showing you all the boost advertising for price? You can get traffic from it, but it's not going to be really cost effective, especially if you don't know how to run a Facebook advertisement. So I wouldn't recommend wasting your money on boosting. If you want to spend, maybe $20 and do a test on 4 posts to kind of see what you get, I would say it's worth testing if you're willing to learn about Facebook advertising. If you're not willing to learn, I wouldn't waste money on boosting.
Okay, and then I see regarding groups, we have a page run by the members of the nonprofit, and around 20,000 members of the group. Posts tend to get lost. How can I avoid that so they see the posts from the headquarters?
You want to answer this?
Yeah, well, I would like some clarity on that question, but I think what you need is a good moderator or a group of moderators to filter out the content, essentially. So basically, in a group, when you have 20,000 members, tons and tons of people are trying to add their content all day long, and a good group will have a good moderator, and a good moderator will select and curate which content to put out there. So basically, hand selecting the best content for the group. So that's I think how you can avoid posts getting lost, because you're not letting mediocre posts through. You're only letting the good stuff through.
And then you can also pin the one that's most relevant and you think that you want the most people to see. So make sure that you're pinning the most relevant posts.
That's right. You can pin the most relevant posts or the posts that you like the best to the top of the group, so everyone who comes in the group sees that. Yeah. What's the best way to target fitness-minded individuals in my area and location through intelligent search? Dude, I got you here. Who is it? Oh, it's Lori.
Yeah.
I got you, girl.
Yeah.
All right. So we actually worked with a girl here in LA who's into fitness, and this is the strategy. So what you want to do is you want to go on intelligent search, and you want to do the search parameters. You would do lives in, and you can select what city they live in. If you're picky between male or female, you can pick male or female. And then in their job title, I would go to job title and fill out the form there, and I would put something like personal trainer, or I don't know what some keywords, like what would fitness people's job title be, like fitness model maybe. I know that's hot on IG right now.
Some type of health.
Yeah, health coach, fitness coach. And I would think of the things that people call themselves as a job title who are in fitness, and then I'd hit search on intelligent search, and basically intelligent search is just going to come up with a list of everyone in your area that meets that criteria, and you just add them as friends all day long, until you've exhausted the list and you can't even think of any other ways to reach fitness people, and those people are going to add you back. But the key here is you need to post fitness content on your personal Facebook page every day, so that when those people connect with you, they see your posts and they're excited about those posts because it's relevant content and they want to engage with you.
Yep.
So as an example, I did that here in Los Angeles with startup founders. Like I said, I'm around 2,600 people connected to me on Facebook. They're all startup founders, and we have events here in LA, and I talk about those events on my Facebook, and those people see those events and then come to my events because I've connected with so many people here in LA. Once you break past 1,000 or 1,500, it really starts to work. I've been able to throw very successful events with over 100 people in LA just based on growing a personal Facebook page.
Yeah, it's the most organic way of doing it.
Yeah.
If you don't want to spend any money, that's one of the best strategies to use.
Yeah, absolutely. And then the cool thing is for me, when I started doing events, I was able to make money off of those events, which was able to, put money in my pocket and then be able to pay for advertising if I needed to. But, using this organic method, I was able to literally create a business off of it. So That's what I would do if I was in fitness, as I target fitness people in my area with intelligence search and just add them as friends. Yeah, yeah. Let's see.
Yes, you can delete. So the question by Sylvester is, can you delete or deactivate a page? You can delete and deactivate a page. It's just, you would have to go into the settings. I think it's under privacy, and then there's an option to delete the page. Quick answer.
All right, cool. So if we just like people on personal page, will it flag Facebook that you're being aggressive? But in fact, I'm trying to get them to like a business page. I'm not really sure I understand that question.
I think the question is basically saying, if I'm adding too much people to funnel them to a business page, would Facebook know? The question is no. Yeah. I mean, the answer is no. Basically, there's no restriction on who you can add. That would kind of undermine like the whole idea of adding people if there was restrictions on who you can add. Yeah, I think that was a good answer.
I see another question here that we've gotten a lot in our live sessions. I like using my personal page to reach my family and friends. Would you suggest that I make a separate page with a new email? That way I don't have to delete my family or friends. Now, I was talking about a really aggressive strategy before, like deleting your friends and family and using this page to just grow it to 5,000 people. That's not what I did. I kept my friends and family there, and I still produce content, relevant to me and what I'm doing, because I don't mind that my friends and family see that content, right? Some people do, and I know people that do create other Facebook accounts to do this exact method that I described. The only problem is Facebook's really cracking down on the authenticity of your Facebook personal page now. And I created a fake account with a fake name, and I was blocked out of that account after about a month. And they wanted me to submit a state ID so that they could verify who I was. But since it was a different name and it wasn't my picture, there was no way I could get the account back. So what you would have to do is create another account with your same exact name and all the same information. And the problem is then you have two profiles of the same person, then they're getting confused. So
yeah, so I actually have two profiles. So I don't know if you guys know what Business Manager for Facebook is. If you go to business.facebook.com, most of you will be able to create a business manager. But I've exhausted my personal account for the amount of business managers that I could create, so I decided to create another account with the same name. I do have a different picture, but it's all me, it's all authentic. And I run all my personal advertising and personal business pages through there. So that's one way I'm using two profiles. It does kind of get confusing sometimes when you're trying to have like a client add you on Facebook. So what I've become accustomed to do is just email them my my personal URL that I use to connect with people.
Sorry, I saw one that was kind of interesting down here. How many hours a week do you think a well-maintained Facebook marketing campaign should take?
Yeah, that's
depends what you mean by Facebook marketing campaign. Like I think they mean like an advertising campaign, right?
Yeah. So that really it's hard to answer that question, because there's, depending on what type of advertisement you're running, you're going to run into different situations. For instance, if you decide to run a like campaign, you're probably not going to have to manage it as often if you have a good CPL. So let's say your target CPL or cost per like is 10 cents, you decide to run this ad, and you're receiving 10 cents, you're probably not going to have to focus on it as much. You can spend time refining it to maybe lower the cost, but it's not something that you're going to spend a lot of time on. Now, if you want to acquire customers, and you decide to run a campaign, and the next day you find out that you spent X amount of money and received no customer, you're going to spend a lot of time refining that advertisement. So that to answer that question is a little difficult, because it's different for everyone. But Angel literally spends, no joke, probably 10 to 12 hours a day managing a lot of accounts every day, optimizing them. So if you want to be as effective as you possibly can, I would suggest either one, you spend a minimum of a few hours a day, or you hire someone to spend 8 hours a day managing them and trying to optimize them, so you can get a better, um, cost for whatever metric you're going after.
So actually Lori tuned back in and I want to address this. So she said, thanks for the info for my fitness business. When I find people through intelligence search, do you recommend inviting through my business page or my personal page? The whole technique that we were talking about was inviting through your personal page.
And I think they're most likely to add you.
Right.
You do that.
Exactly. So they're like, if you invite them with your business page, it's gonna be like, oh, like some business is inviting me, like whatever. But if you invite them from your personal page, they're gonna be more inclined to actually like connect with you and be friends. They're like, do I know this person? Like, should I connect with them? And then and for the most part, they do, and they will.
Can you give the example of, like, how you add a lot of people, and literally the moment you add someone, they question you, and they're like, hey, why did you add me?
Yeah. So I want to address that too, because a lot of people get weirded out by this. So what happens is, well, when I go and add people as friends, maybe 1 out of every 20 people instantly hit me up on Facebook Messenger, and they say like, hey, do we know each other? And at first that made me feel weird, because I was like, oh no, like, what do I say? And I learned how to actually take that and turn it into a really positive thing. And basically all I said was, no, but I was cruising around on Facebook and I was looking for like-minded people to connect with, so I thought I'd shoot you a request, right? And then the person kind of responds like, oh, that's interesting, right? It's like probably thinking that in their mind. And I usually right after that followed up with a question, just so that like I can get their mind off of the fact that we just connected, so there's no like dead awkward silence. And I'll usually say, so like, what are you up to these days, or what do you do, or or ask them a question to get them to talk. And then suddenly now we're in a conversation, we're going back and forth. And I've been so surprised to see how open people are to just have conversations with new people. And I've had like maybe 15-minute conversations with new people on Facebook where I might know more about them and what they're doing in their life than some of my closest friends at this point. It's like crazy. And then they become friends with me, and we actually become kind of Facebook friends. They start commenting on my stuff on Facebook, and we kind of like develop this internet friendship, So like when someone reaches out to you on Messenger, if it feels weird, just like take that opportunity to just be a real person and like, engage with them and say, what's up? Like, what are you doing? Who are you? Like, we'd love to get to know more. And so I think that's really the power of inviting people through your personal page, because you're like, hey, connect with me. And then like once they've like sort of converted on you, like they believe like in you, they like you, they're friends with you, they'll go like your business page, they'll go like, your group, and they'll go participate in all the stuff that you want them to. So, we're just answering kind of questions right now because this is really good stuff. I do want to refresh, but I just want to address this one because this is an interesting question. I have a handyman and remodeling business. What kind of posts should I put up, and how do I invite friends that would need my services? It would be a little bit harder to target people that immediately need your services in your area, but you'd have to get creative in the way that you search the type of people and other job titles on Facebook. And then the type of content that you should post is like, really, really cool images of work that you've done, stuff that you've remodeled, tips on remodeling, how to save time remodeling, how to save money remodeling. You basically have to create content in order to pitch yourself as like the expert in remodeling. And after, a month of doing this, like all your friends and your whole network will know like who the boss is in remodeling in their network. So we have another question from Jerry. Is it still better to have your personal page and then add a business page through your personal, or do a separate business page without using a personal account?
You typically use a personal account to create a Facebook page. I believe you could create a Facebook page with a business manager without using an account. But I don't see, there's really no trade-off. There's nothing beneficial about not using your personal Facebook page. So it's a lot easier for me to just create a Facebook page through my personal profile. And then over time, depending if they need a business manager or not, I'll attach it to a business manager. but it's extremely easy to do it that way. So I would just recommend doing it through your Facebook profile because you're typically logged into there. If you get an idea or you want to launch a company, just go to, you can type create page on the search bar, hit the button, and then create the type of page that you need. And then from there, it'll be attached to your profile. You'll be the owner. If you decide to attach it to a business manager, you can create that through business.facebook.com, take ownership of the page, and you would still be considered an admin. So that's by far the easiest way of doing it.
So there's a question that I'd love to answer. How would you go about inviting people to connect for a wedding and event planning business, since that's a temporary necessity? So that's actually a really great question. I have, and there, with Instagram and Twitter, I've got a great strategy on that. I'd love to connect with you later to tell you about that. But since we're on Facebook, I do want to tell you a little bit about a Facebook strategy too. I'm just pulling up intelligence search on my computer because I want to see what the search filters are. Relationship status. Boom. All right. So basically what you can do is you can go on intelligence search and you can search people in your area and search by their relationship status. And if you put engaged in there, I bet you there's going to be a lot of people who show up engaged on the Facebook search for on intelligence search.
Yeah.
And start adding those people, because the people who are engaged are obviously going to be needing a wedding planner very soon. And I think that would be the best technique that you can do on Facebook. It's just
it's very simple too.
Yeah, exactly. It's just search, people who have just recently got engaged in your area. And you can do that on intelligence search. And there's a bunch of different other search filters on intelligence search. So just try to be creative in the way, think about who your target market is. Think about what a person who is getting married or is engaged is going through, and then that will help you figure out how to search out those people on intelligence search. Yep. Since Abraham here is really good at building Facebook pages, and I know before I talked to you about building Facebook personal pages, Facebook groups, and the challenges with building big Facebook pages. So while we have him here, I was hoping that maybe you could explain a little bit about the core concepts of building a giant page, and then how much money you might have to spend on a giant page, and how much organic likes you can get, and kind of what the benefit of starting a page is.
Yeah. So I think nowadays the amount of likes a Facebook page has is not as relevant as how engaged a page is. So I kind of want to talk to you guys about the fundamentals of building good engagement and making sure that you compound that engagement so you have a greater reach, greater organic likes, greater video views, all the great metrics that everyone's looking for. So typically, let's say you have a Facebook page of 0 to 1,000. The type of growth hack that Quentin was talking about earlier, where you go out and you have you befriend 5,000 people, and then have you spoken to them about Invite All?
No, I haven't talked.
Yeah, so let's do that really quick, because I want to piggyback off of them learning how to use Invite All, inviting those 5,000 people, and getting 5,000 people to like the business page.
Yeah. So there's actually a tool called Invite All as well. It's a Google Chrome extension. There are so many Google Chrome extensions out there that help with online marketing. So I'd really encourage you guys to go look those up. If you're not using Google Chrome web browser, you got to go download it, because it just comes with a plethora of tools that you can use for marketing or download for marketing. So basically, Invite All is a tool that allows you to quickly invite all of your friends to an event or a Facebook page without clicking invite on each individual person, right? So when you create an event or you create a Facebook page, you can go to invite friends, and it will generate a list of all the people you're friends with, and it'll break it down by location, all this stuff. And if you have thousands of friends, you don't want to click 1,000 times to invite all those people, right? So you literally just have this Chrome extension in the top right-hand corner. You click invite all, and it's automatically invites all those people to your page or to your event.
I do want to add that when you hit invite all, after about, I'd say 10 to 15 seconds, you're going to get a notification that it stopped working. In reality, it hasn't. So just wait until you get the third notification, which will say it's invited everyone. At that moment, you can close it. So just make sure that you don't get deterred and stop it early, because Facebook will say that it's stopped invited people when in reality it's not.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, the goal would be to get around 5,000 page likes on your business page, and then at that point, it's where you really need to start posting consistently.
Love Invite All. I did not know it existed. All right, cool.
Yeah. Luann, you definitely have to test it out and let us know what you think. Go to our Tech Over Easy group and add us, and I'd love to be able to chat to you guys.
Yeah, guys,
afterwards.
just a quick, a quick plug for our group. All these questions that you guys are asking right now, we're going to address those in our group too. So if we don't get to them here, we'll get to them in the group. So it's just facebook.com/groups/techovereasy. And so go ahead and join our group. It's going to be awesome. We're going to do live streams like this in the group all the time too.
And you know what's funny, because we're on the subject already, we actually have the Facebook page as well called Tech Over Easy, where we go live every day and kind of have similar. It's not really as educational as this, but we've grown it to 2,000, I think 400 or 2,600, something like that, in the last 3 weeks by doing exactly the same thing that we're teaching you guys now.
Yeah.
It's all been organic. It's all just. I actually haven't used Invite All yet. I think Quentin's the only one that's done Invite All.
Yeah.
I plan on using mine a little bit more down the line, but yeah, it's just a really cool, creative way. So you guys can also like the page, so you guys can see we go live at 4 p.m. every day, so it's really neat.
Yeah. You know what? If you guys want to join the group right now, I'll be looking at my phone and I'll approve your request. So just throwing that out there.
Yeah. So I'm going to keep going. So basically the goal is to get around 5,000 likes. From there, you're able to compound organic likes. The issue with Facebook is if you have 0 to, let's say, 500 likes, or 0 to even 1,000 likes, it's very hard to grow it without spending money. So the quickest way of doing that would be to befriend 5,000 people, even have some of your friends or family members befriend 5,000 people, and then use the extension Invite All to invite all those people. Once you get to 5,000 likes, you definitely want to start posting more consistently. So these statistically haven't been proven to work, but it's always good to think about is post. If you're on Facebook and you have that much people, you need to be posting at least minimum 6 times a day. Most of our pages we're posting an hour a day. Our largest page we post 30 minutes a day. So if you're around 5,000 to, let's say, 25,000, I would be posting a minimum of 6 times a day, and that is proven to work. What isn't really proven to work is the time you should be posting, because it's always dependent on the Facebook page. So if you go to your Facebook page, you click on Insights, you go down to People, it's going to tie you when the most people are on and what's the best time for you to post. So make sure that you're always looking at your analytics and making decisions based off of your analytics. So that's kind of a quick way of getting you to 5,000. Then you need to start posting consistently. You need to make sure that you're posting what's working the most. Through Insights, you're able to see whether link posts, video posts, or photos are working the most. With all our pages, we find that videos and photos work by far the best.
What type of content works the best? I mean, I know you said photos and videos, right? But like, is there a certain way that you structure those posts to reach more people? Is it like a meme? Is it text over post or text over picture? Or what do you think, like, in general would work best for pages?
Yeah, so it would be text over an image for sure. And then you can also make really quick videos on Facebook. If you go to Facebook, do you want to show them? Or it's fine.
Yeah.
So if you go to Facebook and then you go to if you go to Facebook and you go to you go to your Facebook page and you add, you can click Add Image, or don't click Add Image. It's actually like the 5th option that says Create. I can't think of the way it says it, but it's basically Create a Slideshow. So it's called Create a Slideshow. So what you would do is you can create a video of let's say, an inspirational image or a very informative image with text on top, and hit Create a Slideshow. You click that button, and then you would upload that same image about 4 times, change the time slot from 1 second to 5 seconds. So now you have a 20-second video of an image that you created in a matter of like a minute. Literally, it takes less than a minute to create a video nowadays on Facebook. And you'll see that, I don't know if you follow a page like, there's some called like Now This, BuzzFeed, Mashable, TechCrunch. They all make these really simple videos that get millions of views, and they do it within seconds. And the better you get, the quicker you'll be able to do it. So that definitely helps out. So yeah, I would recommend doing those types of posts, an image/video hybrid, creating video, going live. If you go to Tech Over Easy Facebook page, you'll see that our live videos are doing phenomenally well. We're averaging around 8,000 views each time we go live, which is really good.
That's facebook.com/techovereasy. Yeah. That's our Facebook page. And then our group is facebook.com/groups/techovereasy.
Yeah. So yeah, that's kind of the idea. So you want to get it up to like 5,000 to 25,000 organically. You want to be posting more consistently. I would even recommend at that point, if you're closer to 25,000, maybe even posting every hour. Making sure that you're posting high quality content, going live, building your personality. That's one of the biggest things going on right now, is people building their individual personalities. And if you want to do paid acquisition, that's a completely different thing, but it really depends on what your goal is. If you want to make an ROI, purchasing likes isn't really ROI positive.
Actually, just real quick, like this is great that you're talking about that, because we had a guy say, will you be touching on Facebook ads? So maybe you can...
That was Lori. Lori.
Oh,
yeah.
Sorry, I don't know why I just always default say guy. It's bad.
Yeah.
It's a bad thing. But Lori, what's up? She's back. I love it.
Yeah, so Lori, it depends on what type of Facebook ads. If we're just talking specifically likes, I wouldn't say running a like campaign is ROI positive. It's more to build awareness or build brand integrity. If you have a brand and you're selling, let's say, tens of thousands, or let's just go with maybe $5,000 to $10,000 of product a month, you're more likely to increase that if you have an Instagram page with tens of thousands of followers, as well as a Facebook page with tens of thousands of followers. The only way I can see the like campaigns being ROI positive is if you target other countries that are not in the US, so you purchase likes at a very low cost. You can get your likes down to about 1 cent in other countries. And just to build it up to like 15,000, you're not going to have much engagement. You're pretty much not going to have any engagement at all. But what happens is when people go to the Facebook page or the Instagram page, they see that you have 15,000 followers and it builds some type of brand integrity. And they're like, okay, this is a trusted brand. I can trust this brand. So you'll see a lot of companies do that. And we found that it works. Some clients of ours have asked specifically for that, knowing that there wasn't going to be any engagement. So that's one way you can make likes ROI positive. But if you're going to be running campaigns, you can run Facebook advertisements with your products on Facebook. You can run them specifically like click-to-web lead campaigns, or just them being able to purchase. You send them to the landing page where the products are, and you're able to purchase there. So there's like those 4 types of ads that you can run. We found that running lead gen is working the best for our clients, because we're hitting them in 3 ways. We're garnering leads. Inadvertently, we're garnering likes because the page is being exposed. We put them through our email funnel, which has abandoned cart flows. It has exit intent flows. There's many other flows that it has, and they're able to get on our weekly newsletter. So lead campaigns are working really well if you're in the e-commerce business. If you're any other type of business, there's brand awareness, there's like campaigns, lead gen, a lot of other ones. But that's kind of a quick overview of that. I don't know if that answers any questions or not, but
just to answer some questions here. Will there be a replay of this video training available to watch again later tonight? Yes. It'll be up on this website for a couple days. And then this one I wanted to address too. We're a nurse staffing agency. What's best to post on Instagram and Facebook to get more engagements? I actually used to work at a staffing agency, so that kind of like resonated with me. The problem is finding content that's like interesting to people, because what I ran into with my staffing company actually was like posting jobs every day and posting, stuff about jobs, like educational information about jobs, like isn't sexy and isn't cool, because you only like that content when you're looking for a job. And then when you're not looking for a job, you want to tune out, right? So you'll probably unlike the page, right? So the challenge is to create something fun and engaging that you'll want to stay connected with like forever. And then like when you need a job, you remember, oh, like, you know, I want to go back to that. Like that's just on the job side. And then for like the client, like you need to give them some sort of value. So it's like, it's a really tough, I think it's sort of tough to market a staffing agency, you know, through something like Facebook, because you have to keep in mind what the candidate wants and what the client wants, and you have to kind of marry those two. But maybe you have like I think like what a good thing would be is to have like a job memes, you know, site, you know, that's kind of general and more like entertainment, because the thing is like a lot of people go on Facebook to be like entertained, you know, and they're looking for snackable content is what's like really easy to consume. So if you can get people hooked on like, you know, like a comedy page about jobs, and then you can slip your like advertisements in there every once in a while, or your messaging in there every once in a while, I think that would be a pretty good strategy. But maybe you have some different thoughts on that.
Yeah, no, I think that's a good strategy. It's just it's a little hard because you're really trying to get someone a job, and you know, so you have a company that's looking for people that they want to hire, and then someone's looking to get hired. It's really hard, like Quentin said.
It's like not focused.
Yeah,
you know?
It's not focused. So it's really hard to.
Like a client wouldn't want to be looking at job memes, you know, but like, you know, the everyday person who has a job would like, who's an employee would like think job memes are hilarious, or like nursing memes, right? But like the client wouldn't necessarily like that.
Yeah. So to answer that the best way possible that we can would be for you to go out and find other staffing agencies that have really high engagement and look at the content that they're posting, and kind of learn from them, and you know, do a similar strategy, because on top of our heads, I don't think that we have a solid good answer. But if you go out and you look at your competitor, and that's one thing that I recommend all of you doing, is building a competitor analysis. So it's going out and finding your competitors within your field and seeing what they're doing, and following them closely for maybe about a week. And you're going to build a lot of inspiration from what they're doing, as well as maybe find new methods of building your own personal Facebook page or personal brand. So I always recommend you guys doing that. And that's probably the best way we can answer that question.
Yeah, you know, I'll just throw this in there too. I did that, right? And I went out and saw what other staffing agencies were doing, and it was like it was just puke, you know? Like even though they were like good and they had a lot, like it didn't resonate with me. So I wanted to create something more entertaining or something different. So like either you're going to mimic someone that's successful, or you're going to create something all together completely new. And one thing, just a quick tip, something that worked for me really well is I noticed a lot of my recruiter friends would post on LinkedIn, hey, I'm looking for, let's say in your case, hey, I'm looking for a nurse that has these skills, blah, 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 right? And I thought it was kind of insulting to themselves that they would post publicly that they're looking for a certain type of candidate, because me as a client would say like, you should already have the candidate. Why are you looking for the candidate? I need to come to you for the candidate. Like, why are you putting blasts out for candidates? Like, you should already be having those candidates. You should be getting them somehow. So I actually flipped the switch, and this worked really, really well. I ended up posting on LinkedIn, you'd be like, I have a nurse that is like, with like these credentials and XYZ, and I would start posting about the quality of my candidates and who I had coming in, and that attracted clients because they're on LinkedIn, and all of a sudden they see like, this person's available to work. It's basically like seeing a resume of somebody really great, and it was the reverse of what everybody else was doing. No one was used to it, so it got a lot of attention and helped me to kind of grow my business. So just throwing that out there.
Yeah, very cool, very cool. So Kristen just added the invite all, but not figuring out how to use it.
Oh, you see, you can't. All right, so invite all only works for adding people to pages and adding people to events. And there might be one other thing that it works for, but you can't invite all to groups. That's the big bummer about groups, is you can't mass invite really to groups. There are some strategies that we've been messing around with recently, and there's some stuff that's like in the pipeline that's really going to pay off, but I don't want to like, you know, jump the gun and tell you about it now, but it looks like it's working really well. But that's the problem with groups, is you have to kind of individually add friends to groups. But what you can do for a group is encourage your friends to add their friends, right? So, you know, in the group, be like, hey guys, if you like the content in this group, add your friends, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
And
oh, just one more thing. With Invite All, though, I could have Abraham invite all of his friends to my Facebook page, which is great. So if you have 10 friends and you tell them to download Invite All, and you have all of them invite all of their friends to your page, you could, like, my dream, I think, is to go back to college, join a fraternity, the most popular one on campus, like, you know, that's got like 150 guys part of it, and make every one of those guys invite all of their friends, all their Facebook friends, to my Facebook page. And overnight, without paying $1, I'd probably have a 50,000 person Facebook page, just grown out of nowhere like that. So think about it in terms of that. If you can get your friends to invite all of their friends, you're in the money.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Let's go ahead and refresh it.
Sure. Just gonna start kind of free flowing answering some questions here. What is the link to get intelligence search?
I'll go get it for you. Okay?
Yeah, we'll have Abraham just post some stuff in here right now. So if you guys weren't listening before, head over to facebook.com/group/techovereasy, and it's a group we just started, and we'll post all this stuff in there, and we'll make sure to address some of your questions that we don't get in here in that group as well. On the business, this is another question. On the business page, is it better to do links to certain companies or businesses in the community?
Can you? I really should read it again really quickly.
Yeah.
So which one is it?
It's this one by Jerry.
On the business page, is it better to do links to certain companies or business in the community? So not really understanding what you're asking, because typically, if you have a business page, you would be promoting your products or your website. So you wouldn't be linking out to certain companies or to other companies. And you also really wouldn't be linking out to businesses within the community. You can do that, but it's not really effective. And Facebook would actually lower your reach because you're posting out to multiple websites, which are outbound links to different sources. So Facebook just naturally.
You know, Abraham just brought up something really, really important.
Yeah.
There's something on Facebook called reach, right? And that means when you make a post, how many people is it going to reach? Okay, so for example, if you have 1,000 friends on Facebook and you make a post, how many people is that post going to reach out of your 1,000 friends? How many people are going to see that, right? And so Facebook has all these different algorithms that make the judgment on how many people are going to see your post. So if I make a post to my 1,000 friends, and in the first 10 seconds I get 10 likes and 1 comment, Facebook's going to deem that post very good, and it's going to expose it to more of my friends, so I'll get more reach, okay? So there's all these different little tips and tricks when it comes to reach, and that works on, you know, Facebook pages, Facebook groups, and your personal Facebook page. And so there is one reach killer that is famous, okay? Anytime you post a link which is going to bring somebody off of Facebook, Facebook's going to limit the amount of people that see that post.
Yeah.
So you need to think about that when you're posting in a group, or when you're posting on your personal page, or when you're posting on your Facebook fan page. When you add a link, you're going to reach less people because Facebook doesn't want to take people off of the page. So you can also get really creative in how you work around that. And one thing is, I used to go and post in groups, and I wanted to reach a lot of people, and I'd post about an event of ours, but I'd say, hey guys, if you, we're throwing an event tomorrow night. If you guys want to attend, put I'm in the comments below, and then I'll drop the link in the comments after I get 10 people who say I'm in, right? And so what did that post do? I didn't have a link in it. It started getting exposed to a lot of people. It encouraged people to comment on my post and like my post. Then after 10 comments come in, my post is sort of viral within that little group. It's reached a ton of people. People are paying attention to it. And then I go and put my link in the post, in the comments, which doesn't affect reach, and then the post continues to grow. So that's just a quick little hack when it comes to reach. Just want to make sure that you guys really understand, the faster you can get likes, the more reach you'll get. And if you post links, you're going to get a lot less reach. It's really important to understand. So this is great. You guys have asked so many awesome questions.
Not as much, no. Especially if you wait a little bit longer. The reason why it doesn't affect a lot in comments is because typically when you post in the comments, you're either posting to someone, so you're replying back to someone, or you're sharing a comment to someone. So that person's more likely to click on it either way, because Facebook isn't gonna not allow you to post a link on the comment section. But yeah, so yeah, I would recommend posting links in comments if you could. Like Clinton said, that was a really good strategy.
Yeah, absolutely. So just don't post it in the main post. Even if you make the post and don't mention you're going to drop the link in the comments later, just wait till your post gets some what we call velocity going, right? And then you can post it in the comments below.
Yeah.
What was the question that got us touched though? Oh, it was linking out to, it was this guy right here. It was Jerry. Maybe this one. I'm in insurance, and my circle of reach is limited to an area. Any tips on marketing through Facebook when I can only reach people in my area? Yeah, it's all about intelligence search, right? That allows you to search people in your area. Intelligence search is a Google Chrome extension. You got to use Google Chrome. We shared it above. You got to use that tool, and it has a bunch of different search filters, and you can search people in your area, and then you can connect with them in your area and become friends with them and message them. And I think, one other thing I'd love to touch on is, like, don't be afraid to message people on Facebook. Like, they're very responsive. Like, you can start great conversations. I've actually made sales over Facebook Messenger, like literally made a sale just text messaging with somebody on Facebook. It's pretty insane. So keep that in mind. You can actually, really use that to your advantage. Obviously, don't go out there and spam people, but so are you saying when we post and put our website on a post, don't do that?
No, you can. You definitely can.
Yeah, you're going.
Everyone does it every day. It's just going to lower your reach the moment you do it. It's let's say your engagement is 10% of your total viewers or your total likes on a page. The moment you post an outbound link, it's probably going to fall to 5. So if you were to post an engaging image, you're going to reach that 10%, and then if you drop the link in the comment section, you're going to reach that full 10% the moment you share that image instead of if you would have shared the link. So that's kind of the way we're thinking about it, and we actually see it every day. We still post links every day. It's very effective. It's a quick way to drive people to your website. But just know that the moment you do, your reach is going to be far less than a typical image video hybrid, carousel. So
yeah, so like the whole point of having people paying attention to you on Facebook is so that you can drive them other places too. That's marketing, right? And so just as an example, some of the pages that we run, if we're posting 24 hours a day on each hour, maybe 12 of those are engagement posts which don't have a link, and then 12 of those are linked posts, and to drive people off of Facebook. So if it's a fan page, have a good solid combination of both.
Yeah, exactly.
And it depends on what you're trying to do. If you're trying to get more exposure in a group, like, just be creative how you do it. With the group thing, like, if I post a link, like, it just bombs. Like, nobody engages with that post. If I don't post a link, all these people engage, and then I can post the link. And it's the same kind of with my personal page. So just be aware of, like, where you're using it, how you're using it, why you're using it.
Yep.
I don't know, we're just refreshing to see if there's any more comments coming in here. Is there a cost for creating Facebook ads? there's not a cost for creating them, but to launch them, you know,
Yeah.
you have to pay. You have to pay to get your ad out there.
Yeah, I would recommend creating a lot of different types of ads without launching them, so you kind of get a feel of how it works to create them. And then the one, if you have a good feeling about one, launch it. Maybe spend a $5 budget. It's definitely worth getting into and learning about. And then depending on how large your company is, I still always would recommend a company to hire a marketing agency similar to ours, because we actually have a few, but Angel manages all our personal accounts, or not personal accounts, but company accounts. And so we have a few dedicated people that focus 8 to 12 hours a day on advertisements. Literally, that's all they do and optimize on a daily basis. And I feel like most companies are not able to do that. And one thing that I will say about marketing agencies is the point of a marketing agency is they're there to bring you an ROI. So if you're spending $1, they're there to make you $2 or $3. So it's always an ROI positive thing. So my recommendation is, if you're a small business and you can't afford to hire a marketing agency, learn to do it yourself. If you're a decent sized, or let's say you're a small business but have some profit and are able to hire a marketing business, go ahead and do that, because again, the whole point is for it to be ROI positive to you.
Yeah, and I just want you, just fair warning, like if you're gonna jump into Facebook ads, like I'm a super marketing savvy guy, and I jumped into Facebook ads and just wasted like $500,000, like no problem, and didn't get any results. The thing is, like Angel over here, you can see him in the mirror back over here. He's working on ads all day long, and things are constantly going wrong with the ads and needing to be changed, and Facebook disapproving and then reapproving and then changing like minute details all day long, to the point where like I laugh, like, dude, you're like, when are we gonna get this ad going, man? This is crazy. Like 3-4 days working on the same ad. We've even had a client where it took us a month or almost a month, like 3.5 weeks, just to get the ad so that it would serve right, and then we got crazy good results. But it's tinkering all the time, so it's really tedious, and it's really just not easy to do. So just don't like believe those things you see online. Like, I make millions on Facebook ads. Like, you can, but it's not just like I'm gonna do it like this, you know?
It's very difficult to actually do that.
Yeah.
And the more you learn, the more you realize that that's the way it is.
Does sharing a post from the business fan page to the group have an effect on reach?
So at this point, your page. So if you're sharing a page, what's going to affect the overall page reach is the group reach. I'm trying to think of an easy way of saying this. So basically, let's say you have 1 million people on your fan page, and you're going to reach 100,000 people, or 10%. These numbers, I'm just making them up. That means on your Facebook page, you would reach 100,000. Your Facebook group would be completely different metrics. So they're completely separate from the Facebook page. So let's say you have 10,000 people within the group, and your average reach is about 3%. The moment you share that, you're going to only get that 3%, so you're only going to reach about 103,000 total from sharing in the group. But yeah, I would recommend sharing. We share our page through the group, and we see a decent amount of people through the group. But yeah, the metrics are completely separate. So
if you want to organically build a Facebook page, a great way to do that is to go identify groups that are relevant to your Facebook page. So let's just take like cars, for example, right? If you had a car Facebook fan page, a car related Facebook fan page, and you went out and identified all the top car groups in America on Facebook, right? Like just 50 of them or so. And they all had members of 5,000 plus, so 5,000 to 20,000 members. When you make really cool, engaging posts that are doing really well on your fan page, go and share that into the group if you can. And what will happen is people in that group will see the branding from your fan page, and if they like the content, they'll go back and like your page. So if you're constantly sharing your fan page to groups, you can use that as a way to get a lot of eyeballs to your fan page. Just be careful, because group moderators might not like you doing that, and just make sure they only won't let you doing that if your content's not super relevant. But if it's like very on point, informative, and good for the group, then no one has a problem.
Yeah, there's also the chance that you can post in the group and they delete it right away, so you get 0 reach. So there's always that. If you own the page and the group, you obviously have a lot more say, and whatever you dictate is what goes. But when you're in someone else's group, that's not what it is.
Have you noticed this at all? I've noticed that when I share like a page or a group, it limits my reach, just for even sharing within the Facebook platform. Like, it's almost like any sort of promotion is limited.
You're saying your Facebook page.
Like, if I shared my group to my personal page, it reached less people. If I shared my page to my group, it reached less people. If I shared my group to my page, it reached less people.
It's different metrics.
Yeah.
Like you're merging 2 metrics that are completely separate, so it makes it harder. It doesn't make it harder. It's just different. Like, it's if you post your normal images and videos, that's what's native to your Facebook profile. If you're posting a group, that group already has a reach, likes, comments, whatever attached to it within the group, and then you're posting that to your profile, which is going to diminish the overall reach.
Yeah, it almost seems like it's the same as posting a link. It's like in Facebook size, it's almost just the same. I don't know much about Facebook. Don't have a page yet. What if you get negative posts? What if your competition gives you negative posts? Can you get rid of those?
Yeah. So you can actually just make it so people can't post on your page. You have full control of your page. You have full control over the comments, full control over what gets posted, full control over who shares it, full control over who tags it. Absolutely everything you could think about, you control. So if you create a Facebook page and you do allow posts, you may get negative posts. You can either ban those people, or you can just remove the option for other people to post on your page. So that's a really quick way to answer it. And again, you have full control over the page, and you would just change those within the settings tab.
Yeah. So I wouldn't worry about that at all. Don't worry about your competition either.
Yeah.
They're not coming for you. You'll beat them. So I mean, all in all, we kind of, I just want to recap and kind of, since our questions have died down a little bit, maybe put an end to this session. I do want to say before we get into the conclusion of this, again, if you guys are just tuning in now, or wherever you are in the journey of watching this video, if you want to go to facebook.com/groups/techovereasy. We'll be broadcasting actually again today at 4 o'clock. We do kind of a live talk show, and if you join the group, we're going to be adding a lot of content there, a lot of really helpful stuff. But the thing is, we're not doing it until next week because we're trying to build up the group. So also go invite your friends to the group as well. If you can do that. If you go to facebook.com/techovereasy, that's our Facebook page. So if you guys want to go like that, and then if you want to do what we told you before, if you hit invite all and invite all of your friends to like Tech Over Easy, we'd be like forever grateful to you guys. I mean, that would be amazing. That'd be really cool. But just to kind of conclude the whole session here is, you've got 3 different ways to advertise or to grow and monetize Facebook, right? You have your personal page, you've got groups, and you have a fan page. The personal page, you can grow to 5,000 friends. You can do that organically with no money spent. It's very engaging, and you can do very, very well with that. And once you build up to 2,000 to 5,000 friends, you can invite those people to events. You can invite them to groups, and you can invite them to fan pages. So just keep that in mind, how powerful building your personal Facebook page can be with using the tool Intelligent Search and maybe some other tools that we'll get into in other sessions. Groups, super, super, super great way to build a community, get other people involved, get buy-in from that community, and get really like huge engagement and reach a lot more people than you might with a fan page. So just keep that in mind. You're going to reach a lot more people. You're going to get a lot more people engaged and talking around certain subjects, but you don't, I mean, you can moderate it and control it, but you're going to have a lot of other people commenting and making content. So you're going to become a content curator in that situation. Okay. And then we have the third, which is a Facebook fan page where you're producing content. A lot of it, you're reaching a lot less people, and you're going to have to do advertising, and you're going to have to be really creative in the way that you build that if you want to build engagement, send traffic, and grow your page. So so just keep those three things in mind. And it's been awesome having you guys online today, and all the questions that you guys have asked have been amazing. Like we've had so much engagement from you guys.
We hope to see you guys on Tech Over Easy and ask questions there, because we'll always be answering these questions. We literally try our best to give you the best answer possible, and we love doing it. So thank you guys for viewing us.
Yeah, totally. And just one thing is, as you can see, we kind of have a laid-back style, and we kind of went right into question answering. And that's kind of been sort of the key to our success with like working with people on live streams is like, we have a lot to talk about, but more and more information gets revealed the more questions that you guys ask us, and you'll learn and see, how much we actually know. So just like, pelt us with questions, whether it's in the group or when we go on live, later today. We go live every day at 4 p.m. To do our talk show. It's just like, the more questions you ask, the more we can talk about, the more we can help you. And for me personally, just being part of good conversations is what has given me so much knowledge, and that's exactly what we're trying to create. It's just like a way where you can just like tune in, listen, join the conversation, ask questions, and within like 2 weeks of doing that with us, you're gonna be like one of us. You know what I mean? It's crazy. Us just spending time together, we're getting smarter all the time because we're figuring out new stuff. And if you're having those conversations with us, living with us in our office here, which is also a condo, like you're really gonna improve quickly, and way quicker than really anyone else would. So surround yourself with it.
Yeah, for sure.
Cool. So yeah, thanks again, guys.
Thank you guys.
One more time, just go to facebook.com/groups/techovereasy for our group, and then facebook.com/techovereasy for our fan page, and shoot us a like or something.
Yep.
And thank you guys so much. We really appreciate it.
Really appreciate it. You guys have a great day.